Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I'm here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
So we're going to talk about Disney Plus because that's literally all they've been talking about at D23 this weekend.
It's the Disney Plus Power Hour.
It's the Disney Plus Power Hour. It feels like a freaking infomercial.
It does.
I mean, it does. I'm not excited. Like 2 years ago, they had all kinds of really cool announcements with the parks, and there was all kinds of new stuff, and it was exciting. And this year, it's almost like just please subscribe to Disney Plus. Look, we're bringing Star Wars. You like Star Wars, right? We got Marvel bringing Obi-Wan back. We're bringing Lizzie McGuire back.
We're bringing the Mandalorian in with no characters that actually existed in the originals. They just look like them.
They're all lookalikes from,
Yeah, no, it just seems like it's all about Disney Plus with some Marvel and Rise of Skywalker promotion thrown in. Now, the Disney Parks announcements are supposed to come today. So, for parks people, there might be some exciting things later. But so far, it's been kind of...
It's been meh.
I mean, oh my god, every announcement has been like, oh my god, Disney Plus show, Lizzie McGuire is coming to Disney Plus. Who cares? Phineas and Ferb, the movie, was that Disney Plus also?
Yeah. Yeah,
well, actually, I like Phineas and Ferb. And I like Phineas and Ferb because they were their own thing and they didn't copy somebody else's shit. You know, it just constant, you know, this Disney Plus movie, that Disney Plus movie, these Marvel announcements was all about Disney Plus and a couple movies.
Look at this. I didn't read this article yet. This is on Variety. The incentive, if you were at D23, was to lock you in for 3 years. 3 freaking years. And of course they're going to do it because I don't know how this is actually going to play out, because we're hearing now that even with The Mandalorian, a lot of people are like, well, I'll subscribe for The Mandalorian. They're not going to let you binge it like Netflix. You're going to have to watch it week by week, just like real TV.
Right. They said that was not going to drop at once. It was going to be like, you know, each episode would be released separately.
Well, of course they're doing that because people will subscribe for $6.99, watch the show, and cut out, because most of the Marvel shows aren't dropping till what, next fall? They start dropping next fall. A lot of people are going to subscribe just to watch Mandalorian, and they don't give a shit about anything else.
Well, yeah, and then Lady and the Tramp is coming, and then
I'm sorry,
that Noel movie that's supposed to be there when it starts.
Who cares?
Yeah, I know. I mean, honestly, if you watch the commercial for it, you know where it's going to go. Her brother doesn't want to be Santa, so they're going to make her Santa. You know that's what's going to happen. Sorry, spoiler alert. 10-1.
Oh yeah, we have to. Santa is problematic, so we have to make sure that
because she loves Christmas more than her brother, so we're going to have to make her Santa, because it's as sexist as she can't be Santa. But D23 has been like pretty much D23, Marvel or Star Wars, or in relation to D23 has been what this whole weekend's been about.
Yeah, that's it. That's all all D23. So you're basically paying admission to go. It almost strikes me as like a multi-level marketing conference or something. Like you're going to like the Amway hoedown or something.
With the end result being line up
at the end. Yeah, they're gonna pitch you, and then at the end you're gonna lock yourself in for 3 years, 3 freaking years to Disney Plus to make sure that they have enough money to keep this thing going.
How much is it? $7 a month? Something like that?
Yeah.
Times 12 is like $80-some a year.
Times 3. So yeah, so you pay it all at once.
But they're saying you save $23 per year, so it's basically coming out to about $50 a year now. If you do it this way, you pay $150 today and save $75.
Hurry! Get your snake oil here.
But the good news is when they jack the price up in a year, you'll be locked in.
So I think Disney's concern is that people are just going to subscribe for The Mandalorian and then they're going to cut out. Because again, there's nothing really coming out. That's all the stuff that they're teasing. It's not really coming until next year.
Well, I did read part of this. When asked why she was standing in line to hand over her credit card for Disney Plus, one lady dressed in a sparkly Elsa costume from Frozen told Variety it was because she's a huge Disney fan, and quote that they're picking this about and considering it being loyal to the company.
Oh God,
to sign up for a service at its earliest possible time.
Loyal to the company. This sounds like I just said multi-level marketing Amway. I was joking, but I did not think.
I'm just looking forward to the shows coming to the service, most of the Star Wars ones. So that's what she said, and somehow that's a huge Disney fan loyal to the company.
Loyal to the company.
She was flanked by a friend dressed as Anna, because, of course we have Elsa and Anna. She signed up for 2 Disney's rival services, Amazon, Prime Video, Netflix. I probably won't do Apple TV, but for me, it's to do with my budget. That's what I like. I have Amazon because it comes free with Prime, and Netflix because I like a lot of their cool series. Couldn't wait for the wide variety of content. Well, not yet.
Well, let's talk about that. So, we did a video before on Disney Plus and how at launch it's going to be pretty meh. Now, the Jeff Goldblum series I think sounds pretty interesting, but again, is it worth subscribing to another service just for that? Just for The Mandalorian, which admittedly looks better than I thought it was going to, but like you said, none of the characters are actually original trilogy characters. We'll talk about that too. But yeah, there's a real dearth of, like, what we thought Disney Plus was going to be. It was basically Disney was going to open up the vaults and they were going to dump like all of the classic Disney stuff on the Plus. And we were talking like going back to the 50s and 60s with the Mouse Club. We're talking 80s stuff. We're talking freaking Welcome to Pooh Corner from Disney Channel and all this like retro. We thought they're going to be like, yeah, we got tons. We got decades and decades. They did say it was going to
be pretty much everything except for Silent South, but...
And then we saw the launch lineup and we're like, oh, this is really not that spectacular.
Someone's posted this yesterday during the D23, Disney Plus D23 presentation. The company went after Gen Z, Millennials, and Boomers pretty hard. Gen X as ever is basically erased from the conversation. And then, you know, now we're actually not Gen X and we're not Millennial. We're kind of in the middle, but I remember all these, seeing them, you know, before. But then this one person, of course, have to be a smartass. Yeah, Generation X, a generation famous for its indifference towards Star Wars. Well, then don't make them suck. In Bronze Age Marvel Comics.
Oh, wow. So, yeah, I mean, it's Twitter. It's Twitter. But again, you know, the expectation, I guess, you know, and a lot of stuff they announced, it's not even going to be on for a year or two. So they're trying to the reason they're locking people in for like 3 years, I think, is because they know that right out of the gate, they need to get the Disney diehards to get the cash flowing, because right out of the gate, it's not that impressive. Other than The Mandalorian, it's not that impressive.
No.
And I'm not really sold on it. Now, the best thing to come out of D23...
That was actually really funny.
...was this. It's a little too soon, I think. A memorial for Tom Holland in front of this sign.
I think that's funny as heck.
But this so far has just been boring as hell.
It really has been. It's been all like D23 announcements. They announced a couple animated shows. We already knew about the one. The other one, we'll talk about in another video, I think. But they had some movie announcements and...
Yeah, we'll go through some of the stuff they announced. But again, this is like, just remember this, guys, because we were like, oh, they're gonna pull Netflix, they're gonna drop The Mandalorian, and then people are gonna unsubscribe. No, they already thought about that. And Jon Favreau confirmed that they'd be rolling out episodes one at a time. Mm-hmm. And they might even be really sneaky and be like, we're going to put an episode up every 2 weeks.
I was thinking that. They might do something like that, yeah.
So you have to subscribe.
They said likely on a weekly basis.
And Boba Fett will not be in it. I have heard it's not Boba Fett. It's not IG-88.
It's almost IG-88.
4LOM.
It's almost 4LOM. It's almost. Yeah.
So they got these are like the knockoff bounty hunters. Now, I will admit, and people are like, oh my god, you hate everything. The trailer actually looked pretty cool. Mm-hmm.
Squid King was like, wow, I actually might watch this one.
He might actually watch this one. So I'm kind of torn because I'm like, you know, Jon Favreau usually does good stuff. Lion King, but you know, and it does hit all the right nostalgia buttons. I'm worried because I'm like, no, it can't be that simple.
I'm sure if he had his way, it would have been IG-88. It would have been Boba Fett. It would have been. I don't think it's his choice that, you know, this is obviously a mandate from up high, which kind of lends credence to the whole George Lucas. Yeah. But, you know, they basically just went and found characters that, you know, and made characters that looked similar to those famous ones. And there's the problem with that. How likely is it that in this world they're going to have two bounty hunters of the same race that look almost identical running around? Everybody knows who they are,
hanging out together.
Let's be completely honest. Do you think there's going to be two of each of these people? You know?
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know. So the other news. Well, we'll talk more about D23, but since we're on Disney Plus, but since we're talking Star Wars, hey, I just got a bunch of random things up here. This is the poster. This is boring.
Yeah, everybody's saying that.
Like, people actually said it looks like fan art. This was great. The Force Ghost of Rian Johnson is going to be, you know, his presence will be felt strongly in this film, I'm sure. But you know why they're doing this, right? They're beating that nostalgia drum. Look, everybody, Palpatine's back. These two, you don't like these two? That's okay. We got Palpatine. Come see our movie.
We made it the biggest thing on the poster.
The biggest thing on the poster is Palpatine. But this is like the most boring. And they're trying to go for, I think, the Return of the Jedi with, you know, Vader and Luke and
yeah,
Vader
but you know
fighting.
what?
But
It does make sense to put Palpatine back in this, and I'll tell you why. Because he was, important in the original trilogy. He was important in the prequels. And if you're wrapping up the Skywalker saga, it makes sense that he would be in this movie. I mean, it's clearly a Hail Mary pass, but I'm saying they should have made his presence in it. But then they like, well, finally there'll be a satisfying conclusion to the Emperor. And it's like, it was called Return of the Jedi. So
yeah, like the whole sequel trilogy is completely unnecessary and tacked on. I don't know. I don't think they can save it. But Daisy Ridley said that the return is instrumental. His return is instrumental. To the Rise of Skywalker, because they killed off the main villain. Mm-hmm.
But like a puss too, like nothing. Like,
stupidly, boom. He's like, come on.
That was the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
You didn't see it coming. Like, I thought you're supposed to be like a Sith that came out of nowhere and you got chopped in half. Nobody gives a shit. So here's what's coming out. Speaking of nobody gives a shit, here's what's coming from Disney Plus. Here's everything they announced. We can kind of talk about this. Well, it's not Disney Plus.
There's something.
That's all they talked about is Disney Plus.
Yeah, that's what they had some movies coming out with Marvel, Pixar, and stuff like that. There's some movies that have coming out too. Like they have Black Panther 2 has a release date now, and they talked about the Eternals, of course, because we talked about that, how they're really pushing that because no one knows who they are.
Yeah, I know, right?
So they're pushing that like crazy.
But yeah, so they had all kinds of Spider-Man stuff there too, which is kind of sad because he's gone.
Emma Stone as Cruella looks pretty good though. I will give her that. She definitely pulls it off. I was happy to see that. She looks good. Yeah, she does. I don't know why we need a Cruella DeVille movie. We don't, but you know what? She looks good.
So, Lucasfilm, of course, Rise of Skywalker and The Mandalorian, and then they're talking about the other big reveal, finally. Again, it was a non-surprise, was Ewan McGregor coming back as Obi-Wan.
Yeah, but we've known that for months.
Yeah, but that's still going to be, they've got the scripts done, they're not going to shoot it until, like, next year. That's still going to be a year or two off.
I just think it's funny because the D23, for most of it, it's basically like, non-surprise. It's like they're big surprises or things everybody knew about. So it's like, I mean, this would have been, and I said before, and hell, I might even do an article on this, but this would have been the perfect weekend for Universal to drop Nintendo officially, because there's so much non-news on the Disney side. Yeah. They could have totally dropped. Well, if they were going to do it today, do the day, because today's when they're announcing all the park stuff.
The park stuff. Because I'm just so not excited about it. Like, last 2 years ago, they had surprise after surprise, and granted, they were just, ramping all stuff up, but now it's just like a commercial for Disney Plus. Because they're literally betting the company on Disney Plus. So if Disney Plus doesn't work out, people, if it doesn't work out, Black Widow's coming, we already knew this.
Yeah, it's also really new. Okay, now Jungle Cruise, I do want to see. That actually looks pretty good to me.
Yeah, actually could be pretty good. Jungle Cruise could be pretty good.
I want to see that. Maleficent, I don't
like
care.
The first one. I thought the first one was dumb.
I mean, I'm hoping they actually make her evil in this one because, that was stupid. Mulan, I love Mulan. I love the animated Mulan. I do. I love it. I have no desire to see the live action one. It's not because of all the controversy around it. I'm just like, Cause I know they're going to go and do what they do with the live action films. Yeah. Cruella actually looks pretty good. I mean, she looks really good as Cruella.
She looks good as Cruella. But again, it's like,
why do we need it?
Why do we need it? They already did a live action. They did 2 live action 101 Dalmatians with Glenn Close.
Yeah, that's Glenn Close.
She's going to have a really hard time topping. I mean, those movies weren't great, but Glenn Close was pretty good in those movies. So, Soul, another Pixar movie.
Which we already knew about. That wasn't a new thing. Soul was something that was already announced. So it was we definitely knew about it already.
Pixar's going to tackle the afterlife now.
Right, kind of. It's about music and stuff too. It's not exactly, it's about jazz and stuff too. Onward, which we knew about, of course, because that's coming out next March. So,
Yeah, this one we're going to talk about Raya and the Last Dragon in another video. A little too close to the...
Yeah, there's some... It's Frozen 2, we all knew again. I mean, everybody knew about this. So nothing surprising. Nothing that we didn't know about completely was the Raya one. And we'll talk about that in a different video.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm just like not surprised.
Lizzie McGuire.
Going back to the well, they're supposed to be doing... Well, we'll talk about that in the other video, too. They're supposed to be doing another Proud Family. Lizzie McGuire, they're going back to that well. Again, kind of going with, why aren't we doing anything for Gen X or, it's all millennials. Phineas
High School Musical.
High School Musical.
Phineas and Ferb, though, I would like to see. I like Phineas and Ferb.
Yeah, I like Phineas and Ferb. I did like Phineas and Ferb.
I'd love to see more Gravity Falls. I'd like to see more Gravity Falls.
That'll probably happen. Well, they own Fox now. I guess Alex Hirsch jumped ship from Disney to go to Fox. and then Disney bought Fox, and now he's stuck at Disney, so he could totally...
I don't know. I'd see that. But Phineas and Ferb, I liked. You know, I liked it a lot. It was its own thing, so that was what made it great. It's High School Musical. Don't care, even though our daughter will.
Forky asks a question.
Yeah, I heard about that.
They should call it... No, they should do a combination of Monsters University and Toy Story 4 and call it Fork You.
There you go.
I would watch Fork You.
Monsters at Work, which is not, again, not new news.
No.
This has been announced a while ago.
What if... I mean, yeah, I don't... This is just not exciting. I don't know. I'm not excited. I think because we knew everything already. But I'm also like, yeah, okay, another Marvel movie. Yeah, okay, more Star Wars. Yeah, okay, you're trying to lock people into Disney Plus. You know, WandaVision might be kind of interesting to see what happens with them bringing Monica Rambeau into it. But, you know, here we got our big slate of everything. And then we did a, video prior to this talking about how the MCU going forward is basically going to look like the comics in 2015, 2016, and they basically failed.
Yeah, so that would be not exactly the best idea.
Yeah, I just don't... This is the only thing that interests me, I think, right now. And maybe The Mandalorian, just hopefully it's not a train wreck, but other than that, I don't care. I don't care. This is like a Hallmark movie. This is like what the kind of movies they used to put on ABC Family at Christmas.
Yeah, that's what it reminds me of.
It's just a bigger budget ABC Family movie.
Yeah, pretty much.
Is what this is. And they are going to do the Muppets, but...
Of course they are.
Who cares? They screwed it up last time. Maybe it'll be okay this time. I don't know. Josh Gad's involved this time. I just don't care. I can't get that excited about any of this because... And so much of it is so far off.
The Cassian Andor series I actually am kind of interested in. Obi-Wan,
K2's in it, yeah.
Cassian Andor, and The Mandalorian I'm interested in. Please don't F them up, even though we know you're going to F them up. Those three I'm actually interested in. I actually am interested in those ones.
So, Star Wars, that might be a totally another video, but Star Wars has been relegated to the small screen. You know, really has.
Basically. And maybe that's why they're going to save it, because the movies haven't been great.
Well, yeah, that could be. Maybe going to direct to TV is what's going to save Star Wars because maybe it's just not viable. They can't do 20 different Star Wars movies in the course of 3 years. It's not going to work. So,
no.
That's
all it is. I mean, basically, we can sum this whole video up, and the D23 is going on right now. It's all been Disney Plus.
Yeah,
that's pretty much it. I mean, they're going to get some park stuff today at 10:30 Pacific, so 1:30 our time, but. That's it. Yeah,
and I don't care.
And they're trying to leverage their new Marvel stuff, and they're trying to leverage they're trying to promote Star Wars.
I wish I could muster more give a shit, but I mean that's really kind of where I'm at with all of this stuff now. Is I think like even with Marvel and Star, like I'm burnt out. Even the new movie are there any new movie franchises? Because they're pushing some stuff out there. But even the quote new stuff riffs on other stuff, we'll talk about. But I'm just not excited about D23 this year. It's not.
Well, I was doing stories on my Disney blog, which is the piratesandprincesses.net. And I even said to you, which is unusual because you've been burnt out for a while, but I still love Disney though. I still like certain aspects. I don't like everything they do, as you know. But I still like, I still like the parks. I still like other things. And I actually just sat there and said, you know what? I think I'm burned out on it too. I just don't want to do it. I don't want to write about it. I don't want to do it because it's just getting that it's not fun anymore.
And you were just a couple of years at D23 2017. I remember you did like 20 articles on
22 or 3 in one day.
In like one day trying to cover all the D23 news. And this year you're just like, eh.
Yeah, I am. I mean, I'll do the parks news, but I'm mostly just whatever. I just don't care, and that's sad for me because I've been a lifelong Disney fan, and it's gotten so bad. It's like like I say, even if you hate something, hating something's a passionate emotion that gives you a connection to it, loving it or hating it. When you're apathetic, that's the kiss of death, and I'm starting to feel the apathy, and I feel sad about that. But you know what? It's just, I mean, hopefully it'll come back eventually, but I'm just burnt out on it. Like last D23, I was happy to write those articles. I was tired, but I was so excited. And now I'm just like, I don't care.
I think a lot of it too is just and again, this goes back to, us talking before about kind of the change in the culture at the company. and the change in how consumers view Disney. It used to be that people had warm, fuzzy feelings about Disney.
And I still did up until recently.
Now people view Disney as sort of the evil empire that's you know...
They're becoming what they, you know...
Yeah, and those warm fuzzies are disappearing, especially because since 2017... there have been so many attacks on fandoms, you know, from people who actually work with the Walt Disney Company.
And in the media, too.
In the media, yeah.
And I mean, I think Disney should tell them to knock it off, and they don't.
But they own a lot of the outlets that are doing it, you know? So it's like, I mean, that's where it gets me, is like, I guess, pulling the curtain back, we've seen too much. And it's just like, it's kind of killed some of the excitement.
I mean, I was so excited about some of the retro stuff they're coming back to Epcot. I mean, I always loved retro Epcot, but I'm not going to go into that here because this is not a Parks blog channel. But other than that, I mean, some of the parks things I'm excited about. But when it comes, and Phineas and Ferb I think is cool. And some of the Star Wars shows I'm excited to see, even though I'm leery. I'm not going to lie. I mean, you're going to have to win me back, Disney, because after the last couple duds, I'm just not like instantly going to be like, it's going to be great. I mean, I liked Rogue One, and then Solo was okay, but you're really gonna have to, you know, win a lot of people back, I think. Hopefully you do. But other than that, I'm just like, yeah, even you can hear me talking, I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah, same here. Like,
I don't even care enough to fight about it.
Well, it's just, I was like, well, we're gonna, you know, we did a video on Marvel, and the only comment I wanted to make about the Marvel was that, you know, they were basically using the playbook that failed them 2 or 3 years ago. Why are you going back to that?
Oh, God.
But even, like, normally we'd have, like, you know, 3 or 4 videos out about all the new stuff coming out, even if we were just, you know, riffing on it or whatever. I'm like, I don't even care enough to do it.
Well, you know why they're using the playbook they already used. Because in their mind, it's not because their stuff wasn't good enough. It's because the audience wasn't big enough. Because comics are just a dying medium and no one reads them. So it's not because we made these changes that no one wanted. That's not why. It's just because people don't read comics anymore. So we put them out on the big screen of the TV channel. We tell them that's what they want. They're going to know that's what they want because they're bad people if they don't want it. And then we'll have huge audiences for these ideas because it only failed because it was just a small audience that was very misogynist, and that's why they didn't do well. So let's put it on the big screen and TV, and then suddenly the audience will be there because we were telling them, because we're Disney and we'll tell you what you want.
That's okay. That is it right there. That needs to be in a freaking t-shirt. That needs to be their new company line. We're Disney and we will tell you what you want. And I wouldn't be surprised if there was some variation of that in boardroom meetings. Like, they'll eat whatever we give them because we're freaking Disney and we own everything. So
they'll either take what we give you or get nothing.
Yeah,
and people are ready to say, okay, get nothing. You know,
except for these people that are dressed up like Disney characters.
I know, but you know, I love them for that. I do. I actually am more excited about the cosplayers than I am about anything else at this. And some of the merchandise. But I'm most excited about D23 are the cosplayers and the merchandise. That's what I've been excited about. Because I see these people and I'm like, oh my gosh, you're so cute. I want to hug you. Or merchandise and things like that is awesome. But that's it. I don't care otherwise. I just don't care. And for me, who's been so passionate about Disney since I was a child, I wanted to be an animator. I mean, that was my thing. I was going to do that. And, you know, I got to work on Disney Comics thanks to Neon here and stuff. And I loved it. I mean, when we went to Disney it took you for the first time, I sat and I'm like, you kept crying just talking about it. And you're like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, you'll know when you get there.
I actually never had been to Disney World until I was an adult. And, you know, I grew up going to Disneyland. So for me, it was like, I mean, Disneyland's cool. I love Disneyland, but it's so much smaller than Disney World. So I was just kind of like, she's like, oh my God, we're going to go to Disney World. I'm like, oh, please, I've been to Disneyland.
It's like, you know, and I've always had the warm fuzzies because for me, it's nostalgia. Me, it's family. Me, it's my parents. Me, it's, you know, my siblings, my kids and my husband now. It's important. And I love it. I still do love it. But the love's starting to become more like, you know, strong you know, I mean, and it's bad. And I don't think I'm alone in this. I think people are just getting tired.
I think Disney is going to have to, they're going to have to work to keep their customers. I think they think that they're big enough that everybody's just going to support them, you know, that they're too big to fail, and people are just going to come back again and again and again. But with them jacking the prices and flipping off fandoms, you know, they're gonna have to work a lot harder to keep people. And I'm actually looking more forward to competitors. I want Universal to bring Nintendo, you know, to the parks, because I want Disney to have to work harder.
Steel sharpens steel. You have to you know, be at your best if you're gonna keep it up.
Yeah, competition's always good for consumers. So, that's where I'm at. So it's not a given that Disney fans are gonna stay Disney fans lifelong. And this has come from people who literally made a living doing Disney work, talking about Disney. We're just kind of like, you know,
we're not just casual fans. I think it's been important. I mean, our kids grew up watching Dad draw ducks, you know? I mean, but I was going to say about this too, for all the people out there that keep saying that, the fandom doesn't matter, it's just a small vocal group of people. If it was just a small vocal group of people that didn't like Star Wars, why did the parks not do well? Why are they so desperate to try to go back to original trilogy things, to bring the Emperor in and all that, to try to get people back and claw people back? If it was such a small group of people and it wasn't the majority, and it wasn't something that was statistically relevant, there'd be no reason for them to do this. And if that's the case and that's why they're doing it, then they need to look at other departments. They need to just tell good stories and do good things and not treat people like piggy banks and just keep things separate. They're trying to, you know what I'm saying? When things were separate and owned by different companies, it wasn't so bad, but because they're trying to like push so much at once and all is Disney, you know what I mean? It's like an avalanche.
Yeah.
And some of it's crap. It's like an avalanche of crap. And you're just like, oh my God, I like a nice little snowstorm. It's nice and glistening. It's pretty. It makes you want to be warm and fuzzy and go outside and build snowmen and have cocoa. And then you go outside and here comes the Disney shitlanch. You know, and it's just like too much. It's like too much. You go outside looking, I'm gonna frolic in the snow. I love it. And then this big, an avalanche falls on you. Because it's like, it reminds me of, Wreck-It Ralph, where they have the ads pop up. Yeah. And they're like all in his face, you know? Yeah. That's what it reminds me of. And I think people are just like, I can't. It's too much. When you go to a convention, you look at a table, they say you only see so much of the table because your brain can't process all of that. So don't overload your table. That's what Disney's doing.
They're overloading people, and they're expecting people to buy everything, even if it's subpar quality, even if, you know, the people working on this stuff are attacking people. They expect you to buy it all and love it all forever. And I think they are concerned. I think the fact they're trying to lock people in for 3 freaking years. 3 years tells me that they want all the diehard Disney fans to fork over the money to bankroll this thing to keep it afloat because, you know, 3 years is make or break.
Well, let's say, what happens if it doesn't last 3 years?
I don't know.
Well, it will, but, you know, because...
Well, Disney will make this succeed. They'll force people to go to Disney Plus. They will. They're going to. Or they'll just bundle it with something else to make it look like a success. Oh, come to Disney World and we'll give you a free year of Disney Plus. Oh, look at all the people signed up for Disney Plus.
Well, they have all these people like in line for this kiosk supposedly, but they take a very, very cropped picture of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it was like a huge, massive line, wouldn't you think they take a wide angle showing the big lines sneaking around? No, it's a cropped thing, and that makes people over here look like they were in line for it.
They're not in line for it.
They're for other things.
Yeah, because there's a lot of displays. It was that way at Star Wars Celebration this year too. Like Celebration, and again, it's run. You know, Disney pretty much runs that too, and. People were excited about the Rise of Skywalker trailer because of Palpatine, but there was a definite, the crowds were not that heavy, and there just seemed to be a definite lack of buzz compared to, other conventions. And I think people are just getting, I think they're just kind of, I don't know, I think they're getting tired. Tired.
They were so great, why are people not caring? Yeah. Okay, so anyway, we should probably wrap this up.
Yeah, we're going to wrap that up. That's just us lamenting, I think, Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants here on Clownfish TV. I haven't been asking people to subscribe. You know what? When I don't ask them to subscribe, they don't. So we're going to ask you to subscribe, please. Okay, anything else you want to add?
No.
Okay, so we're going to wrap this up. We'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Hey guys, thanks for watching Clownfish TV. Please consider supporting the channel. Go to clownfishsupport.com. That's clownfishsupport.com. And if you want to join our community, go to clownfishtalk.com. That's clownfishtalk.com. Please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We will talk to you next time.